Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for May 9th through the 15th. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, you might stumble upon the video after the time frame I mentioned. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you are meant to find it, whenever it was time to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind that at the time that I'm recording this, we are coming into Mercury retrograde starting on the 10th during eclipse season. So it will be an interesting Mercury retrograde. Some people are terrified of Mercury retrograde. If that's you, take a deep breath, ground yourself, breathe, remind yourself of how many Mercury retrogrades you have survived up until now, and you're going to be okay. But being that Mercury is moving retrograde through Gemini until the 22nd, it's going to be a good time, Scorpio, to make sure that you're allowing room in your schedule for some mental health, like mental health days, mental health care, days that you can just kind of get your mind right and process and release and deal with any insecurities, any anxieties, any negative ego coming up. So it could be a good idea to make sure that you're allowing room in your schedule to care for yourself mentally. We're going to see what messages are coming up here for you all, for the Scorpio collective. And the first card coming up here is the Six of Wands. And Six of Wands is victory. Six of Wands is also beating out the competition. So if you've submitted for something, you might be getting good news here that you've been chosen or you've been picked, or like say you put in for an apartment and or you made an offer on a house and there's other people that are also bidding. You may be getting word that you have been chosen for something. You've been chosen for a job, or you've been chosen for like a prestigious program, or you're being accepted into a school. There could be something here where you're getting word that you've been chosen, or you've been picked, or you've won something. Now, Six of Wands is also a card that comes up sometimes when people are talking about us in a positive way, right? There's a lot of talk about us. There's a lot of gossip about us, but it's a positive talk. It's a positive gossip. Like your reputation precedes you in a positive way. So if you are doing something in your career or focusing on career, you may be making a name for yourself at this time in your field. If you are self-employed, you may notice a lot of word of mouth business coming in. People recommending you, people reaching out to you and saying, hey, my neighbor, my friend, my coworker, my sister, my cousin, my brother, my uncle, whatever. Like, this is how I heard about you. So there could be a lot of word of mouth business coming in for some of you here with this Six of Wands energy. Six of Wands can also be vindication and validation, right? This is a time, as we're coming into the age of Aquarius, where a lot of hidden things are being revealed. And so maybe for some of you, information has been kept from you to slow you down or to work against you in some way. That information might be revealed to you. Some of you may feel like you're getting the missing pieces to a puzzle here. If somebody has been lying about you or trying to turn others against you, that may be coming to the surface. That might be exposed, that these things that have been said about you have not been truthful. Okay, so there could be vindication, validation here with this Six of Wands. I have a very specific message for a certain percentage of you. And for some of you, this is going to resonate. Those of you who've been moving into the light, those of you who have struggled between the dark and the light, those of you who've been trying to ascend and use your gifts and abilities for the greater good and move away from a darker family line or a darker spiritual inheritance, you have been under spiritual attack for a very long time, for over a year now. And so some of you have really been struggling with that. And so you've been having physical weakness, psychic attack, negative ego attack, misfortunes, or like bad luck, or this heavy energy, these heavy rain clouds following you because you've had this negative energy, or people sending negative energy trying to keep you from breaking out of this past life alliance or this past life allegiance. And I feel the Six of Wands is coming up to say that this is it, that you have broken through. You've broken out of it. You've conquered it. You are ascending out of this energy, and these people or these frequencies are no longer going to be able to mess with you. Spirit is showing me like a plane that where there's like lightning and thunder and it's like flying through the clouds, but now it's going a little bit higher, and now it's flying over the storm. It's flying above the storm. It's flying above the clouds. So you've been in it for quite some time, but you're ascending to a level where like now it can't reach you. It can't get you anymore. The next card that's coming up for Scorpio is the Knave of Wands. And this could be a younger or playful fire sign person, or someone with fire sign placements. Fire sign placements would be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. If you have fire sign placements, there can be changes or shifts or progress happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Now, the thing about the Knave of Wands, for me, oftentimes comes up when you're entering like this second adolescence, right? There's a part of the adolescence where we're depressed and mopey and goth or emo or whatever you want to call it. You just want to lock yourself up in your room and listen to the sad songs and cry and think you're ugly, right? There's that side of adolescence. And then there's the other side of adolescence where we feel very confident. We feel very cool. We're expressing ourselves, right? Like we're figuring out what we want to do with our hair and how we want to dress, and how we want to present ourselves to the world, and figure out like our group, our clique, figure out what we want to do when we get out of school and what we're going to do with our life. And we have all this ambition and all this zeal, right? We think we're going to go out there and we're going to conquer the world. Butterflies in the tummy, that young love, the passion, the raging hormones. And so Page of Wands or Knave of Wands for me is that kind of adolescent energy. So sometimes the Page of Wands comes up for me in my readings because you're entering like this adolescence energy, and you're recreating yourself or you're reinventing yourself. You're coming into this new confidence. You may be revamping your life. You may be revamping your wardrobe, how you're putting yourself together, how you're presenting yourself to the world. You might be giving yourself a little makeover, or like making certain changes to your image at this time. Some of you maybe have been really, really in hermit mode, where like you leave the house and you could not give a single crap what you look like, right? You don't care at all. You don't care if your hair is a mess. You don't care if you have makeup on or don't have makeup on, or what you're wearing. You can't be bothered. You really don't care. There's nobody to impress. And so some of you may be coming out of that energy, and like you're like, no, I want to feel cute, or I want to look good, or I want my look to say something about myself, because I know a lot of people like to judge a book by its cover, and I want to give them a cover that lets them know what all this is over here. Like, don't mess with me, or don't play with me, or respect me, or enjoy all this, or whatever it is that you're wanting to put out there. Some of you may be taking time with your personal aesthetic, whereas maybe for a long time you weren't doing that, or you didn't care. There could be something here in like a new look. But more like deeper than that, it's this sense of like adventure. It's this sense of passion. Some of you are coming into very social energy. You're wanting to make new friends. I feel like some of you are coming into a time over the next 4 to 6 weeks, where you're going to be picking up a lot of new friends, like just a lot of new people, being more social. Um, and I feel some of you, even though I'm not focusing on love and romance, I feel like some of you are coming into a period of time where it almost feels to me like speed dating. But it's like you're meeting someone, they like you, they want to go out with you, and you go out with them, and you're like, oh, okay, that was fun, but okay, like I'm gonna do this or do that. And I feel like some of you are just like going on all these dates with a lot of different people, but you're like, okay, you're cool, let's be friends. Okay, you're awesome. All right, let's do it again. Let's be friends. I feel like you feel like there's so many options for you in your life right now that you're not in a hurry to like lock something down and say, this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend. Like you're not in a hurry to do that. Like you feel so confident. You feel like there's so many things coming into your life that you're keeping your options open. That's the energy I feel here for Scorpio. I also feel those some of you have been doing collaborations and you're wanting to work on your own. You're hungry to work on your own, like to take the lead and to do things your way. The next card that comes up here for Scorpio is the Four of Wands. Very interesting because we have this fast moving passion energy where you're keeping your options open. And then we have Four of Wands. And so, Four of Wands can sometimes be marriage or getting married. And it's kind of stereotyped as marriage and wedding because a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance. But those of you who watch my readings, you know I've said this before. In the weekly forecasts, I want to focus on you and your energy and less about other people. I want it to be about your journey. So I always do love readings separate on my channel. However, okay, there's roses and that diamond is really jumping out at me here. So I do feel that for some of you, there is an element of marriage here. There is an element of commitment or wedding. And so I want to say this, Scorpio. Some of you have put that four out of your mind. You're living your life, you're doing your thing, you're keeping your options open. But for some of you, your life partner, the person that you're going to end up with, has already slipped into your life or is going to be slipping into your life this week or in the next couple of weeks. Keep in mind that we are in the Mercury retrograde energy, so you all might not gravitate towards one another right away. You all not might click right away. You might not even know, but for many of you Scorpio, there's somebody right now right under your nose that is the person you're going to end up with. But it may be the farthest thing from your mind, so your eyes aren't even seeing it. Your eyes aren't even noticing it. Now, going deeper than that, Four of Wands is stability, security, a sense of community. And so many of you are more focused on this in your life right now. You might not be thinking about getting married, but you're thinking about your community, being a part of a community, being a part of a group or a scene or a movement, having a sense of home, having a sense of security, stability, having a strong foundation, a sense of home. So you're more focused on this stuff because you're like, I just want to have all of these things and feel this sense of permanence so that I don't feel like all of my hope is invested in an employer or a relationship, that I know no matter what's going to happen, I'm good, right? I'm good. I'm stable, I'm established. So I feel like a lot of you are just focusing on being in this established energy with this Four of Wands. Now your next card here, my dears and my darlings, is the Ace of Wands. A lot of fire here. It's all fire. It's all fire in the reading for you guys, you water Scorpios. So some of you may be in your fire placements, but overall, above all else, I feel like there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of desire to move forward. And, Mercury retrograde, the energy shifts. And those of you who've been lackluster, as the energy is shifting, you're in this passion energy. You're in this fiery energy, like go, 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 go energy, right? Those of you who've just kind of been lackluster or laying low, you're coming into full effect. You're coming in full force here. Nothing but fire for you, Scorpios. Or I should say us Scorpios. Ace of Wands is a lot of the times an opportunity that comes in that we may be tempted to turn down. But Spirit is saying you're going to get back from it what you put into it. Um, the roses are jumping out at me, but the roses don't feel romantic to me. The roses to me feel poetic, artistic, a sense of the spirit, a sense of the soul. As I'm looking at that Ace of Wands, it feels to me like a pen or a paintbrush. Hey, it could even be like like a maestro wand or a maestro uh, 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 conductor wand or something here. So I feel like Scorpio, you're being really encouraged to create at this time. Create, create, create. Express your feelings, tell your story. If there's something you keep telling yourself you want to start doing it. You've been telling yourself for the longest time that you're going to write that book or that screenplay. You've been telling yourself for the longest time you were going to work on that painting, or you were going to work on those creative endeavors, or you were going to make this or make that. And the Ace of Wands, I feel like, is coming up and saying, look, Scorpio, get to it. Get to work already. Make it happen already. Because this is going to open up big opportunities moving forward. This is going to connect you to opportunities you never thought of. It's going to connect you to people you never dreamed of meeting. So you're being encouraged to move forward with those little inklings you've had, those little ideas you've had. Make them a reality. Get to work on them. Start to get to work on those ideas. That's the feeling and the vibe I'm getting here from this Ace of Wands. But very passionate, very fast moving energy. Let me look here. Anything else that I'm seeing? Um, as I'm looking at these cards, I do feel like some of you may be approached and like propositioned by a fire sign person. But I feel this is a fire sign person that you know. I don't feel like it's somebody that would be a stranger, stepping out of the shadows like, hello, Scorpio. You don't know me, but I've been watching you. No, not like that. I feel like this is somebody that you would already know. I feel like somebody is like propositioning you in some kind of an agreement, some kind of um, uh, arrangement of convenience. Okay. So I don't know if they need something from you and they're offering to work out some kind of a deal. I don't know why, but I feel like there's like a deceptive element here. Somebody might be wanting you to come in and like go along with something with them, or like a fake it till you make it kind of situation, or present yourselves as like you're doing business together, or that you have some kind of a business and trying to pull in funding. It feels to me like a bit of a how can I say this, um a bit of I'm not going to say swindler, because swindler is such a strong word, and I don't feel like this person is a crook, but this is a fast talker. This is a hustler. Somebody is trying to pull you into a hustle, and they might be seeing you, Scorpio, as very believable or very convincing, right? I'm just gonna say be cautious. Be cautious, because I feel like they're coming in with some big money here, right? Like they're coming in with some big money here, and you might be tempted. And I don't know if you want to get involved in it. I would just say this, pay attention, because there's a fine line. There's a fine line between showmanship and salesmanship and flat out deceiving people. And I don't want to see anybody going around deceiving people. So just be aware, just be cautious. It's like I feel like this person has something and they want you to be the face for it. They want you to sell it, they want you to recommend it, they want you to talk it up, to hype it up. And you can do that without lying. You can still do that in an honest way, but as I said, there's a fine line. So just be cautious for those of you that you find yourself in that situation or have somebody making this kind of offer to you. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks Those might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you click on the link in the description of the video, it will take you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangellite. You can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for me are linked in the description of the video. Don't forget to check out the card of the day, the daily message. A lot of you have been finding that helpful. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care, Scorpio.